Alright, it says I'm live. Let me know if you guys can hear me, and we will get ready for qualifying. I'm trying a new stream service thing, so we'll see if it actually works well for me. Hopefully it does. That's why I had to make a new stream. But I will just let you guys let me know, and we will get going. What's up, Spread? What's up, Andy? What's up, Hunter? What's up, Chris Austin? How much for the 6 for 6 package? Inside joke there. Should probably check YouTube to make sure this is working. Is it working? Might be. Okay, it is. Alright, cool. What's up, Easy? Let me get the NASCAR thing loaded. Alright, so I don't think we've had anyone run qualifying yet. What's up, Aaron? Just waiting for qualifying to get started. Can't really do much right now. Smithley P1? Yeah, for right now. We're probably going to get a Hendrick car in the poll, to be honest. It's usually what happens. So McDowell P1 right now. Let's see. The order is... I think this is in line with the order right today. I saw Bob tweeted the order yesterday, but I don't remember exactly what it was. Natalie says, do I look at lap averages compared to practice order? It's something I do look at, yeah. Or compared to practice order? Well, I guess not really for today's race. For the most part in practice, don't look at any of the single lap data. That can kind of throw you off a little bit. I think for the most part, you should be looking at just the 10 lap and on data. You can also look at 5 lap as well, because not everyone ran 10 lap averages, but... Spread says, Ford struggled bad in practice, except the same here. Yeah, I think the big winners in practice today were guys like Tyler Reddick, Kyle Busch, William Byron. Kyle Larson was obviously fast. I mean, we're in a 550 race. Of course, Kyle Larson's going to be fast. I mean, I'd be very shocked if he doesn't lead the vast majority of laps tomorrow. What's up, Jason? Who's your pick for tomorrow's Cup race? Haven't heard your pick. Sorry if you already said. I just went on, Jason. I have not made any videos yet this week. I will have videos later on today. But my pick right now would be Kyle Larson. I mean, it's just the boring answer, but... There's a reason he opened up at like 850 in Vegas. Now he's all the way down to 500. I think someone else has said that he's like 250 on William Hill. So anytime Kyle Larson's at a 1.5 mile track this year, I think we absolutely have to have interest just because of how good he's been so far this season. And he's already awesome in practice. So Pugsley, any spots available? Yeah, there's plenty of spots because I haven't made the contest yet. So I'm waiting until I make my preview video, which will be in a couple of hours. So I'll have that posted then. But I will certainly be more than happy to send you an invite. Just comment your DK username down below on the video, and I will be more than happy to do so. Hunter says McDowell was half a second above AA. Well, Eric Almirola went? Let's see. Yeah, geez. Eric was pretty slow there. Eric's going to... We're probably going to see him start pretty far back. Let's see. I don't know. I don't think this is the order that they're going in. What's up, Guns? I have 100 spots available right now. I've not made the contest yet, but when I do make the contest, I'll be more than happy to send you guys all those invites. Let's see. Eric in his natural habitat, yeah. Classic Eric. I mean, if he's going to be starting in the back again, it's just... Ugh. I hate playing Eric Almirola every single week, and I do it every single week, and it like never works out because he always gets wrecked. Your pre-qualifying lineup is Larson, Bowman, Byron, Dillon, Newman, and McDowell. I mean, it could be fine. It's just going to depend on where these guys start, really. I can't even think about making a lineup before qualifying is concluded. Let's see. So we've only had 5 drivers go so far. Obviously, David started and put up a pretty good time for the 66 car. So if I had to guess who's going to be in the pole, I mean, Austin Dillon was fast. I know he did like a qualifying run at the very end of practice yesterday, so it wouldn't surprise me if we get a Chevy up top. They seem to be pretty fast in practice yesterday for the most part. You got it, Matt, but there's 100 spots right now because I have not made the contest yet, so... As soon as I post my regular video that I do throughout the week, you guys can comment your DK usernames, and I will be more than happy to send you those invites. Alfredo's fast. Yeah, he went up to second, right behind McDowell. Wasn't too far off either. I'm hoping Ryan Blaney qualifies poorly just so we can play so much of him. He's only $9,000 this week. It's kind of a joke he's that low. Now, he wasn't impressive in practice. I don't think he liked his card too much, but still $9,000 just seems a way bit too cheap for Ryan Blaney at 1.5. Okay, someone just went. I think it was McLeod. Pasta Man number 2. Yep, that's not going to last, though. That is not going to last for a long time. Or for short amount of time whenever we start getting some good cars coming. Let's see. Wish I had a TV in front of me so I could actually watch this, but fortunately, that is not the case at the moment. So we've had 7 cars go. Pretty much none of the good cars have went. Michael McDowell is obviously decent, but we don't have any Chase Elliott's, Bowman's, Truex's yet, so this is definitely going to get shaken up. I'm hoping Kyle Larson does not get in the pole because I hate playing the pole sitter. Obviously, I think Kyle Larson is going to absolutely dominate this race, but I would really prefer if he's like not on the pole because it's going to be a headache if he does. Ryan Preece went. He's in second now. Jones was impressive yesterday. He had a good 1 lap, but his 5 lap, I think he was like 30th. So don't get too invested in the 1 lap data because Eric Jones didn't really show much speed outside of that. MC Sub says, who are you trying to kid? The Pasta Man will start on the pole and McDowell has to make improved adjustments. If that happens, I would be more than comfortable with going 0% Pasta Man if he's on the pole. Probably won't even lead 1 lap. I look at the highlights and stuff. I saw the big wreck in the truck race yesterday, but I don't really watch too much of the Xfinity and trucks, which is why I don't do any content for it, because I'm not that interested in it, to be honest. I think you try to fade Larson every single week spread. I don't think it works out very well either. I know you're just a little bit salty because of the time you wrecked Blaney, which I get. Logano's cheap. Logano's super cheap, only $8,800. I mean, I realize this isn't exactly his best track out there, and I know he hasn't been great at the 550 package this year, but still $8,800 for a guy like Joey Logano is a little bit too cheap. Awesome guns, sweet. Yeah, if you do that, since it's the 29th of the month, you'll get charged on the 1st as well. So if you sign up and then follow up the next month, I'll definitely refund one of those just so you don't get double charged. So yeah, let me know when you do that, guns, and I'll be more than happy to set you up there. Trucks was a mess last night. I saw a lot of people were really upset with the truck race yesterday. Apparently, the guy was on the track for like almost 10 seconds, and they didn't throw a caution. I mean, I wasn't watching it, but if you guys can let me know. I mean, that just sounds a little bit crazy to me, but I know NASCAR is known for its very questionable decision-making. Hey, he's going to burn us again this week. It's looking like that. I mean, he's going to be pretty far back there considering he was slower than Alfredo and Preece so far, and you just know those guys are going to keep falling back. So, yeah, Almirola is probably going to be another really good place differential play, and I think we know how that works every single week. Like, my projections will like him. He worked out well at Charlotte last year. We actually did a qualifying stream last year for the Coke 600 on Sunday because I think it was same day qualifying, and I think Almirola spun out, if I remember correctly, and then he started dead last, and he did okay, but it's just hard to trust him this year. That work is totally avoidable, and the excuse from NASCAR was a bit of a joke. What they say was the excuse. I saw the video of it, but I really didn't go too in depth into it. All good, Pugsley. Yeah, I'm not really one to watch trucks much, or really any, just unless it's highlights on Twitter or stuff like that. I just don't really get into the lower level series. Nothing against them, I just don't find it as interesting. Plus, I don't play DFS for it. Smoking Gun says Austin Dillon just might be the pole sitter. I think a Chevy car probably going to get up front. I don't know. They just usually are trimmed out well for qualifying. I mean, something else could happen, but Austin Dillon did run a pretty good lap yesterday. Number 14 cut a tire, hit the wall on 3, couldn't get to pit road, and was basically stationary in the exit of 4. I saw that he wasn't moving, and there was just no caution yet, I think that's what it was. And the truck was destroyed, which for him means he's out of trucks. Really? Man, that sucks. Yeah, I saw a little bit of it on Twitter. I forget who posted the video. It might have been Bob. That's where, you know, pretty much all your information you ever need on Twitter is from Bob. But yeah, it looked pretty questionable. I didn't see the events leading up to it, but let's see. We got still only 9 guys left. Is mine not updated, or are we just not updating yet? Hit the refresh button here. Well, the font doesn't look the same as it did a little bit ago. Okay, there we go. No, we only got 10 guys going, so let's see. Busher got up to 3rd, so he must have been the most recent one. Yeah, Almirola's going to be starting pretty far back, it looks like. I mean, he wasn't too far off Alfredo, Half, and McLeod, so that's never a good thing. Busher 3rd. Busher's been good this year. As long as he's not starting like really far up, which it doesn't look like he should because he was slower than the join Michael McDowell. Could be another solid play this week. I forget what his price tag is. I have to look over the sheet, but see anybody else go? Nope. Pugsley says, so who's everyone's favorite driver in Cup? I know Chris likes Blaney. I used to be a Gordon fan before he retired, so now I cheer for Byron because 24 life, and then I can't help but like Bowman. Yeah, obviously I like Ryan Blaney, although I'd say my second favorite's probably like Alex Bowman. I like the younger drivers, so Chase Elliott, William Byron, Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney, they all appeal to me, so probably because I'm younger. But yeah, I like all those guys. Also really like Larson. I wouldn't say I'm like a big Larson fan, but I appreciate the talent. I do like him though. Brad at the top. Yeah, Brad's actually been better in the 550 this year than the 750, which is opposite from last season. Yeah, Brad Keselowski now P1. What was the lap time on that? 30.1. I'm still thinking we're gonna have like a Chevy car in the pool. Like an Austin Dillon. Tyler Reddick was really good in practice. Chase Elliott was good in practice. Kyle Larson. Big thing this week is that Kyle Busch finally got practice back, so I definitely think he's someone to watch. And he was also really good in practice. So when we get Kyle Busch being able to dial in his car, I definitely think he's going to be a contender tomorrow. And Kyle Busch has actually been pretty solid this year anyway. So now that he's got practice, he should definitely be a big factor Sunday night. What's up, Jeremy? Working today, but if you can invite me to the DK contest, that would be great. No problem, Jeremy. I'm not doing it at the moment, but I'll try to remember after this live streams. Mr. Miyagi says, so after qualifying, you're going into the breakdown, or will that be a separate video? It'll be a separate video. I don't want to do it live because I usually have to make some edits and put some stuff on the screen for the actual video, so I'll have to get off here and record, which, I don't know, that'll probably take a couple hours to get that up, so probably around this afternoon sometime. Should be before the evening starts, though. Bugley says, Bowman is hard not to like. Being a dirt track guy, I have to like Larson. Oh, yeah. Man, if you like dirt track racing, yeah, I like Larson. He's the king of that. Have we had anybody else go? We have Balecki. Yeah, all these guys down low. Yeah, Eric Almirola he's getting close to a full second just behind Keselowski. So yeah, Almirola is definitely going to be a massive PD play once again. And I think we know how that's worked so far this season. But I mean, at some point he's not going to wreck and he's going to end up being a good play, which it's happened a couple of times, but I'd say less often than it has. Jones on track now. Jones 2. He seems to have a fast car in the single lap. I am a little bit concerned about the 5-lap data, but I don't know if he was kind of he really liked his car, so he just kind of rode around a couple laps and took it off. I guess that's something to look into, but nice to see Jones fast. You guys know I like Eric Jones. One of my favorite drivers as well. I forgot to mention it when I was talking about my favorite drivers earlier. Busch is always good at Charlotte too. Didn't Busch lead it was either him or Truex that led 392 laps. I think they both led 370 plus in 2 separate Coke 600s, which I could easily see someone like Larson doing that, which it'd be very boring. But unless you own Larson, you'll be happy because you're getting all those dominator points. But that could end up being a very boring race if Larson comes out and leads 380 plus laps, which is possible with the way he's ran in this package so far this season. Spread says maybe Chevy's in practice before it can get to top of queue. It's possible. Yeah, that'd be a good idea, Spread. It's just at the moment, I'd probably accidentally get it on my screen as I'm trying to figure it out. But I don't want to get a copyright strike. I might be able to find a questionable stream on my phone. I'm not sure if that's probably the smartest thing to do. But we can try. Joe says, questionable or question, does NASCAR or PGA get the biggest award for losing control of the event last week? And what happened in golf? I don't watch golf at all, so I have no idea. I know the guy, I think it was Phil Mickelson won, but I didn't watch it. What happened? Joe says, didn't know how many fans will be allowed, but without the All-Star race, there's been no race traffic in Concord this week. Yeah, I'm kind of upset they're not doing the All-Star race in Bristol again. That was actually really fun last year. They had the lights under the cars, which I thought would be a little bit cooler than it was, but it was still cool. It was the night race. I'm kind of wishing they were back at Bristol. I think most people are as well. I mean, all right, should probably look at some updated numbers here. So Briscoe's up to 3rd, Newman 5. David Starr might just be starting last, which in that 66 car, I don't think that's a big surprise. Yeah, we pretty much still have all the big names to go. I am predicting we get a Chevy on the pole, though. You don't like Austin Dillon's hair? Busher chalk? Did Busher wreck? Or I guess he probably just qualified bad, didn't he? Gotta check the time again. Yeah, Busher's probably gonna be pretty. Yeah, he'll probably be pretty far back there, to be honest. Whoops. Okay, so I got it on my phone, but I think it might be a little bit too behind, to be honest. Because I got guys like Ryan Newman on my screen right now, which is definitely pretty far behind. So I'll just stick to what I'm doing. Let's see, we got Keselowski 1, Jones 2, Briscoe 3. I wish I knew the exact order for this. We've only had a couple actual good cars go so far, so this will definitely start getting shaken up soon. I'm hoping Kyle Busch is in the pool because I'm just nervous about playing a pole sitter. I mean, I realize it's a little bit different since we've actually had practice this weekend. It'd be nice to get more than one practice, but I guess I can't complain too much. But just have bad memories with the pole sitter. Is it showing where on the screen? Let me check. Cody Ware, yeah, he's 14th right now, which we know that's going to be a big slide for him. I'm not sure if Almirola is going to be starting quite in the 30s, but he's probably going to be pretty close to it unless we have some really bad qualifying runs here. Chase is going soon. Almirola going to destroy a ton of lineups again this weekend when he wrecks. Yeah, it's going to suck. I'm going to have a lot of Almirola too, probably. What's his price tag? I forget. Almirola is 7,900. Yeah, if he's starting close to 30th place. Oh, man, I'm ready to get burned again. I am ready. Alright, just update it all. Nope, still got 18 going. Someone said Chase is going soon, so I'm sure he's going to be close to the top. PGA lost control of the crowd in the last hole. What'd they do? Like, they get on the green or what? Chris Austin says $7,900 too much. Yeah, I get it. Almirola's been so terrible this year. I mean, it's been bad. Like, if we look at his numbers at the... I guess specifically look at the 1.5s this year. He's averaging 3 points per race, average finish close to 30th, running position of 22.9, and one top 20 finish with a driver rating of 54.3, which is worse than guys like Bubba Wallace, Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez, Ross Chastain, and Ryan Preece. Well, I guess 0.2 better than Ryan Preece. But yeah, he's been... That's not proof enough of how bad he's been this year. Now, a lot of that's just been just pure bad finishes because he wrecks out, but it's been a common theme for him this year. Let's see. Aaron says AA a lock for cash. Unfortunately, it probably will be a lock for cash close to it. I have to see where he's actually going to finish, but it's definitely going to be pretty bad, I think. Or start, I should say. Chastain's been solid. Yeah, definitely. He has been solid. He's definitely like a top 15, top 20 threat pretty much every single race. He's in a solid ride, too, for Chip Ganassi. All good, Rick. No problem at all. I didn't get up until like 10 today, so I was rushing making breakfast to get on the stream here. Oh, something just updated. I think Custer just went up to 4th. Do I like Austin? If Austin Dillon doesn't qualify really good, I'll be interested. I mean, I typically like him at 1.5 mile tracks, and he looked decent in practice. I think he was like 5th in the 15-lap run, which I guess is a little bit promising, so I wouldn't hate Austin Dillon. Don't get overly excited about him finishing 1st in the single-lap run, but I could definitely always have interest in Austin Dillon at a 1.5. Yeah, if Austin gets the pole, I don't see him dominating. I mean, maybe he leads a couple laps, but he's not going to finish there. Let's see. We've only had about 19 cars go, so pretty much halfway. Lots of good cars left. Blaney's, Kyle Larson, Logano, Bell, Byron. All those guys are left, so we'll start getting some interesting names popping up here. The 550, Gerald. It's what they use at any track that's pretty much an intermediate track for the most part. Darlington and below, they'll use the short track aero package. Bubba P2. Oh, boy. Well, I'm hoping Bubba qualify as well because I don't want to play him. So it'd just be nice if he doesn't qualify well to make my life easier just so I can fade him like I usually do because we know how bad he's been this season. Is this a good track for Harvick? Pretty much every track is a good track for Harvick. It's just this year it really hasn't been the case because he hasn't been bad, but he's just not dominating. And at his price points, we need domination, and he just really hasn't shown any upside at all for that this year. So, yes, it's a solid track for Harvick, as every track is for the most part, but I'd have a hard time really playing him too much. Chase P1. I saw Chevy got popped to the front. Yeah, Chase P1. Nice. Yeah, 29.9 compared to Keselowski at 30.1. We're going to start seeing some big names probably pop up here close to the front. These guys should be starting to roll. Kind of got all the bad cars out of the way now. Like the worst car here is probably like Suarez, and even then he's been good this year. So, all right, we'll start getting a little bit interesting here. Yeah, Almirola is what from the back? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he might be starting close to the 30s, if not in the 30s, depending on how this goes. Yeah, I forget how they set the queue order. I saw Bob post a list just, I think, 2 days ago, but I forget what it was. My girlfriend's here. Hello. She's checking in from work. Appreciate that. Hopefully you get done soon so you can come over later. Hopefully you don't have to wait too long. Bowman P2, Chastain P3. The Chevys are looking good so far, although I realize they're some of the first actual good cars to go. So it wouldn't surprise me, though, if these guys stay really close to the front here. Okay, so we've had 23 cars go, so we shouldn't be too much longer here. Yeah, Ross P2. It looks like we're going to be kind of tough to play him probably if he stays close to the front here. The further Brad drops, the more I like him this week. Oh, yeah, for sure. The further any of those good names go back, the better plays they're going to be. Let's see. Anyone else go just now? Okay, someone just went, I think. I can't tell who it was, though, because it updated, but I don't see where. What am I missing? Where'd it go? Oh, Austin Dillon P2. Okay, that doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me. I thought he'd have a decent run there. Tommy says Elliott will probably fail inspection, so it won't matter. Yeah, he typically fails inspection almost every single week. I think last week he didn't, so it was like a really big surprise. Yeah, Austin Dillon had a really good lap there, which is not surprising to me. Okay, so we've had 24 cars go. So I'm interested to see where Larson goes. I mean, I'm hoping he's on the pole. I'll still play him on the pole, obviously. He could probably lead close to 400 laps if that's the case, as long as he's good on pit road. But okay, Truex up to P4 now. Okay, that's our highest Toyota so far, just past Bubba Wallace. So we have 4 Chevys in the top 5 right now, and then a Toyota and a Chevy. I'm hoping Tyler Reddick doesn't qualify too well. He's kind of pricey this week, but he looked really good in practice. So he's someone I did have up to P2. I'm glad he's on the pole, because then we'd have questions about whether to play Kevin Harvick as a dominator. Larson doesn't go until the very end. I guess that'll be kind of suspenseful. Let's see. Yeah, Harv was pretty close to Elliott. What was the exact time on that? 29.93. Yeah, that was pretty close. Excited to see where Blaney goes. I'm hoping he has like not a great qualifying run. I'll play him either way at $9,000, but it would just be a little bit beneficial to us if he doesn't qualify that well, I think. Kurt Busch up to P7. Yeah, these Chevys look pretty good in qualifying. I don't think anyone else just went. Chase has beat everyone in 3 and 4. Chase was really good in practice yesterday, too. And Chase did well last year, too. I won the lug nut here last year. I'm pretty sure Chase Elliott was in my lineup. I want to say he was winning, and then didn't Byron spin, and then he pit, which was kind of a dumb choice. I think he got up to 3rd place. If I'm remembering the race right, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He's still good for D, but he kind of threw away a win there. Gabe Keselowski the win at the end. Alan says Stenhouse past stats look pretty good. Yeah, they do look pretty good. I actually have some interest in Stenhouse today. He's not been terrible this year. He's actually been better than he usually has been, so I wouldn't hate some Stenhouse, depending on where he qualifies. If he starts like 10th, yeah, it's going to be tough to kind of recommend Stenhouse, but he could be playable depending on... Oh, heck yeah, I'm playing Blaine no matter where. Even if Blaney started second, I'll have some Blaney exposure. He can certainly lead some laps here. We know how good he's been at the lowerish tire wear, 1.5 mile tracks. So we've had 28 cars go. We have some really good cars coming up here. I might have missed something. Let's see. Nothing in the top 10 looks changed. MDB in 12th. I'm not sure if I missed that. Yeah, Almirola is going to be pretty far back, it's looking like. He should be close to 30th place. Unless one of these guys have an issue when they're running. Do we think Chase can hold the pole? I'd probably play some Chase on the pole. I think Daniel just sent that message before what I just said went through, but yeah, I'd play some Elliott in the pool if he was there. He's pretty good at Charlotte. He's also due for some, well, I was going to say good luck, but I guess he kind of got really lucky last week, but I mean like at a regular track. Let's see, anything change here? Nope, still at 28. I'm still sticking with the Chevy on the pole here, which right now we're looking good with that. Yeah, Chase, when he started winning some races last year, he just got hot. I mean, it felt like he was winning every single race. You're feeling the Candyman this week? I am too. I mean, it's going to be hard not to like him considering we have practice, and he's actually been really good this year. He actually has the best average finish at the mile and a half tracks this year. Not Kyle Larson, it's Kyle Busch. He has been very good at them. Appreciate it, Jason. And I'm not doing any baseball on YouTube today. This is a strictly, I think I'm just for the weekends I'm going to do NASCAR because, you know, kind of my thing. So I got to do articles, projections, a regular video, which is probably going to take a couple hours, and then a bunch of other stuff as well. All right, is anyone else went? I feel like it's been a couple minutes. Still at 28. So we got Hamlin, Busch, Byron, Bell, Reddick, Logano, Larson, Stenhouse, Suarez, and Blaney. I guess I'm mostly Larson and Blaney are going to be. Joey, the fastest Ford in practice. I want to look at some of the practice numbers again. So let's see. Where was Logano? He was first in the 5 lap, then 16th in the 10 lap, and 11th in the 15 lap, which is okay. Kevin Harvick was faster when you're looking at the further data. Larson was obviously really fast. Kyle Busch looked great. I know like no one ran 25 laps, but so obviously he's first there. But he was first in the 20 lap, second in the 15 lap, sixth in the 10 lap. I think he's definitely going to be a contender. And only $10,200. I mean, you could pair him up with Kyle Larson. It shouldn't be that hard to build lineups considering there's a lot of cheaper plays. Like you could always play like a Stenhouse or something in there. Suarez, Buescher look pretty cheap, and then Almirola looks like he's going to be a pretty chalky play. All right, did anyone else go? I feel like we've been sitting at 28 forever. All right, we did. We got 2 more. So where are we at? Kyle Busch in 12th. Yeah, that's going to be a pretty good play because he should end up probably starting around, depending on how these guys go, he could be close to 15th, 20th place there. So Kyle Busch would definitely be very interesting at $10,200. He'd be another good play as well. I guess a lot of this is going to depend on where Kyle Larson's at. Because if he's not starting close to the front, we're going to have to probably try to roster a guy starting close to the front to get those early dominator points. But even then, it's Kyle Larson. He probably could get up there rather quickly. Yeah, you guys are saying Hamlin not fast, Kyle Busch not fast. Kyle Busch almost lost it. Oh, Busch almost lost and he started dead 100% on Kyle Busch. I mean, Byron up to P2. Yeah, those Hendrick cars are just, I feel like they're always good every single time we have qualifying. Byron's been really good at the 1.5s this year. Obviously, he's got a win, dominated Homestead, and he's just been an absolute machine this season. Top 10s pretty much each and every single week. .001 off Chase. I guess I didn't look at the numbers too much, really. Yeah, wow, he was right off of Chase. That's dang. Alright, so we have like a handful more drivers here. Definitely some pole contenders here. We got guys like Tyler Reddick, Logano, Bell, Larson, Blaney. I can't really see Suarez or Stenhouse picking up the pole here. Guess someone else just went. I can't tell. Okay, Christopher Bell, he's 11th. I think Kyle Busch might end up being one of the one of the higher owned plays on the entire slate. Because this price tag plus practice, I mean, everyone's going to this weekend, including me. So I could definitely see Kyle Busch being very, very popular. And if Kyle Larson doesn't qualify that well, I mean, you could just probably use those two guys. Wouldn't even need a guy up front in cash games. I should get there at some point. Reddick P11. Reddick in 11th. I mean, he might lose a couple spots here. How many people we have left? He might lose a couple spots. Even if he's in 11th, I think he'd be a decent tournament play. I mean, so probably is Larson here though, because I mean that's the guy this week. Everyone's gonna want to play Larson. I want to play Larson. You know how good he's been at the 1.5. So Buescher 22nd. That's definitely looking like a pretty good place. Everyone should play there. I know he's not overly expensive. Might not hit 30th if one of these guys having issues, but it looks like he's gonna hit 30th place here. So we're gonna have another chalky Eric Almirola week below $8,000 now, which is unfortunate because I feel like it just ends up wrecking. Joey's going. Tyler says, is betting on NASCAR the most painful wagering in sports? Well, I'm not in a state that I can like bet on like the lines and stuff for NASCAR, but man, betting on winners and like head-to-head matchups is definitely probably pretty stressful because I mean you could be looking great all race, your guy's in second, the other guy's in 30th, and your guy can get a flat tire, wreck out of the race, and then you get screwed. So it's definitely it can definitely be a bit of a pain. Logano P12, $8,800. I mean, it's hard not to play him because he's going to be probably starting close to 15th here. 12th to like, I'm not sure Suarez and Stenhouse will run better than that, but I could see Blaney and Larson. So probably anywhere from 12th to 15th place here for Logano. $8,800. It's gonna be hard to pass up, and you could play like Larson, Kyle Busch, and Joey together if you wanted. I don't think that'd be too much of a hassle in your lineups. Larson P1. There we go. He's probably going to keep that too. Well, it could honestly be a very long day for the field with Larson in the pole, as long as he holds the pole. I mean, obviously we have a couple more guys to go, but he could lead a lot of laps on Sunday. He could pull one of those Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr. performances. I mean, pretty much first in all the practices. It's Kyle Larson. Man, this is going to be... Not that I recommend it, but there's always the scenario where you could play a bunch of one-dom lineups with Larson and then just get a bunch of place differential guys. Not saying that might be the most optimal way to go, but if Larson doesn't have issues on pit road, he could definitely lead a large chunk of these 400 laps on Sunday. All right, so we have 3 more guys to go here. Blaney, Suarez, and Stenhouse. I don't think either of these 3 will give anything for Larson here. Blaney wasn't overly impressive in practice. I just like the price point at a 1.5. Yeah, Almirola is probably going to get knocked down to like 31st, 32nd here. All right, so Stenhouse just went. Where did Stenhouse go? 2nd. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said he wasn't going to give anything for Larson. I guess he almost did. Jeez. All right, so then we have Blaney and Suarez. Okay, Suarez and Blaney. Don't really think Suarez is going to do anything too crazy here, but I guess we'll see. The Chevys look really good in qualifying, as they typically do. Like, what, 8 out of the top 10 spots here are all Chevy cars. So, I don't think we should be too surprised there. Okay, just waiting on Suarez and Blaney. Then we'll have the starting order. Then I'll get out of here, and then I'll work on the... All right, Suarez just went, and he is... 9th. Again, Chevy cars are just looking really good right now in qualifying. So 9 out of the 11 first spots are all Chevy. Hi Ronnie, what's up? Sorry, I said disconnected really quick. I think it's fixed now. Yep, so that's it. Larson got the pole. What else we got here? Oops. Okay, it's working. Yeah, someone said the Ethernet. I'm working on it. It's like, I don't know what it's doing. I think we're good. Okay, so I'm just going to look over the list really quick here. So we got Larson on the pole. I think that's kind of an obvious play there. We know how good Kyle Larson's been at the 550 package this year, especially at the 1.5s. We have multiple instances where he can lead pretty much an entire race, and I hate to say that's possible here, but it's certainly possible with how good he's been so far this season. Let me see what else. Oh, it says it keeps saying my internet's going out. I don't know what it is. I'm probably going to have to get a new one of these. But just looking down the list here. Ryan Blaney starting 12th. He's only $9,000 this week. I mean, we know how good he's been at 1.5 mile tracks. So that's going to be a pretty popular play to have to imagine. Logano starting 16th. He's only $8,800 this week. I could see him being very, very popular. I mean, you could even probably go there in cash games. I know he hasn't been very good here in the, well, I guess the Charlotte's numbers aren't that great, but in the 550 package this season, it's been pretty poor for the most part. So spread says so Larson leads 279 laps of what, 400. It's certainly possible. I mean, he could lead 300 plus. I wouldn't be super surprised. Just look down the list here, and then I'm going to get out of here just so I can start working on some stuff for you guys. Kyle Busch starting 20th. Kyle Busch with practice back. He looked really strong in practice. This is a good track for him. He's had the best average finish at the 1.5s this year. I think Kyle Busch is definitely a pretty strong play. Chris Buescher 27th. Almirola 31st. I hate to say Almirola is going to be a good play, but on paper, projection-wise, he's going to grade out pretty well because he's only $7,900, and he's definitely got top 15 upside. It's just a matter of him not wrecking out or not, which I know has certainly been the case this year. So yeah, that's kind of it for the quick hits. So I think I'm just going to get out of here, guys. I'll work on the video, and yeah, we'll get into that, and then we'll have the live stream on Sunday. I'm probably thinking around 4 to 5 p.m., somewhere in that time frame, and then we'll go over that. So I'll see you guys next time. I appreciate